Okay, guys, we are back. So, um, yeah, no more Masters 25 for me, that's for sure. I played one league and I didn't enjoy it one bit. So, let's just play some more Death and Taxes, shall we? So, the red-white version is very popular right now. However, I wanted to try out this green-white version. And the reason for that is that there's a lot of like Bloodbraid Elf and like Jace the Mind Sculptor out there now. So we need some way of sort of like generating a little bit more value than um, what like the mono white version can do. I think. I mean, the red white version has ways of doing that, but I thought we'd try something else. So green white, we get um, we get collected company, which is a great way of sort of like fighting your way back into the game, and then with Eternal Witness, you can sort of like chain a number of collected companies together. Also want to try out this Renegade Rallier, which is I played a little bit with the green white deck, and I tried a different number of Renegade Ralliers, and sometimes it's amazing, and sometimes it's not very good. Um, some of the stuff you can do is that you can sort of like crack your Horizon canopies to draw cards, and you can just play this and put it right back into play, or you can have some pretty busted plays with like numerous Ghost Quarters and stuff like that. And you can also just get back your two drops, so Voice of Resurgence, Pride Mages, Scavenging Oozes, and so on and so forth. Yeah, so the deck is pretty straightforward, I think. I like playing a large number of Mirror Crusaders in the deck, just because you have Noble Hierarchs and Excited Pride Mages to make it really big. So sometimes you can just attack for like 8 or 10. So that's pretty massive. And also Bogles is actually pretty popular right now, and Mirror Crusader is one of the best ways of just dealing with Bogles. In the sideboard, we have some spiciness. So I'm trying to play two Settle the Wreckage, and the reason for that is that I've tried to play Dusk Dawn in the past, but this just deals with a lot more stuff. So, for example, Bogles. This will this is a much cleaner way to get rid of their stuff. Also, this is pretty sweet against Affinity and just like humans and stuff like that. So I'm gonna try that. Playing a single Gideon, 3 Stony Silences, a single Selfless Spirit, just to try and protect our creatures from board wipes. 2 Rest in Peace. So the green-white version actually has a lot of interaction with the graveyard through Scavenging Oozes, Eternal Witnesses, and Renegade Ralliers. So I think that you want to try and minimize that. You still want like a couple of Rest in Pieces, but I don't think you want to play like the full, like the 3 or full play set against the graveyard decks, because you already have Scavenging Ooze to try and sort of like get rid of some of the more problematic stuff. Um, I'm trying a single Ramanap Excavator, which you can bring that in against. Um, it's good. It's good against Tron, so you can sort of like reuse your Ghost Quarters and your Tectonic Edge. But it's also just good in the more grindier matchups where you can reuse your Horizon canopies and stuff like that. I don't think it's good enough to play in main, because it's not. Sometimes it just doesn't do that much. Then we're playing 2 Kitchen Finks against Burn, and also really good against other like sort of like attrition decks or decks that has a lot of like spot removal. And then a Fracturing Gust also against Affinity and just Bogles, and it's just a very clean way of dealing with a bunch of stuff. So yeah, this is the deck. I've joined a competitive league, so I think we just see if we can find an opponent. I haven't played that much in the competitive league. Um, I mean, I haven't actually played that much to begin with, but I don't know. I feel whenever I play in the friendly league, I always face these really random decks, and I think with this particular deck, we can benefit a lot from meeting, also like facing a lot of the tier 1 decks. Um, yeah, so that's my thought. So I think we just want to make sure that we want to play. I think this is correct to play like in a competitive environment for this with this particular deck. So let's see. Oh, yeah, this happens sometimes. You know that we're only playing a single forest, and sometimes when you're playing, this deck, you run into the situation. But we're on the draw, so we're gonna get our card back at least. Not an amazing hand, but I guess we have a couple of draw steps to draw something good, and we do get a scry. I don't think we want to take edge because we currently can't play neither the Flicker Wisp nor the Collected Company, so I think we just want to put that to the bottom. Let's see what we're up against here. So we're up against Burn. Burn before sideboarding is a little bit problematic. I mean, we do play Thalias and stuff, and they definitely help, but yeah. So we're probably just gonna path this Swift Spear. I mean, not now, but at some point during their turn. Let's see what they do here. Okay, so they have another land. They go attacking here. That's fine. We just path it. I don't think they have any ways of protecting. So sometimes, when against Burn, it's quite good to keep them off white. So we might see what they get with the Bloodstained Mire here. Or they just... Okay, this is not too bad for us. They just put a Rift Bolt on suspend. Yeah, I think we just play this Temple Garden tapped. Looks like they have a little bit of a slow hand here. So 3 to us. They might just keep this. They might keep this Bloodstained Mire. Oh, 4 lands, huh? And no place. So I don't think there's any particular reason right now to play a creature, because they are definitely representing Searing Blaze. So I don't think that we necessarily want to play into that. But, I mean, we do want to... I mean, we have to do something, I guess, but... so they crack 1. They crack both, huh? Okay. Lightning Healings to the face. Another Lightning Helix. So I think one of our best hopes is that we get a Scavenger Ooze off the Collector Company. I mean, we're lucky. We're running pretty good here because they seem to just be flooding quite a bit. So I think we just pass the turn here again, and then at the end of their turn, we company. So there's a Boros Charm. Lava Spike. And a land, okay. So, I mean, I don't think that we have a lot of hope here, but... Oh my god, we just got a Voice Resurgence. That is not great. That is... Oh, that's a Scavenger Ooze, but we don't have... So we definitely want to play the Scavenging Ooze. And then we might just destroy this plains. And then find a forest. And then we... Oh no, we don't even have... Okay, anyway. So, I actually thought that we had a creature in the graveyard, but of course we don't. So, yeah, if they draw a burn spell, we're just dead. But I mean, there's not that much we can do about that. So maybe we need to kill that Bloodstained Mire so that if they draw a Searing Blaze, we don't lose the game. That seems really strange, but I think that that might be correct, actually. Yeah, it's a weird. That's a weird play, but I think I think we just want to try and maximize our chances here. Okay, another Bloodstained Mire. So we're doing pretty well. Temple Garden. So what do we do here? I mean, we definitely attack. Swinging with these two. Guess we just play this. Untap, so we get an untapped forest, so that means we can crack the Horizon Canopy. But yeah, but I mean, any draw from our opponent here will just kill us, right? So it's not that ideal. Our opponent's not slow rolling us here. That would just be mean, right? So attack with these. And yeah, we just play this Mirran Crusader. And then let's see what they drew. They got there? Oh my goodness. Okay, so wow. Okay, so we got game one. I did not expect to actually win that one. So we definitely want the Kitchen Finxes. I think we want these Canonists as well. They do a pretty good job at blocking in general, and having them only being able to play one spell a turn is actually a pretty big deal. So the question is, do we bring in this Fracturing Gust? I don't think we do. So I think what we don't want here is that I don't think we want these Mirran Crusaders, because they don't do that much. Sometimes they play that Shrine, which means that the Primate is not completely dead, and also the Eidolon is an enchantment, right? So this could kill an Eidolon. So I think that these are fine to have in the deck. I think we definitely want all 4 path. I don't know if we want 4 Arbiters. Sometimes they do a lot of work though against burn, because they don't play that many lands, and then if they have to pay mana to actually fetch, then maybe the company is not. Maybe we don't really have time for company. So we're on the draw. I mean, it might be okay to have 3 companies on the play, but I think on the draw, I think it's a little bit. I think it's a little bit slow. So what do we have? We have good mana. We have our Finks. We have a loads of way of flickering the Finks. So I think that this is a perfect hand for us. We are gonna have to pay a life to play this Pride Mage on turn 2, but I think that's okay. So they start with an Arid Mesa, and they crack it, so they're probably gonna either suspend or play a creature. Grim Lavamancer, okay. So Grim Lavamancer is a little bit rough, but what I'm mostly concerned about is actually Path to Exile. If they path our Kitchen Finks here, that's going to be a little bit problematic, but okay, so they attack for 1. So we play the Pride Mage. And then we got the Finks coming next turn. And then hopefully we can just flicker that Kitchen Finks to victory here. So what we really want is our opponent to Manamorphose. Spicy. That probably means that they're playing Bedlam Revelers, actually. I think that's usually what that means. So Searing Blaze, that a weird gold Searing Blaze. Huh. It's very interesting. So they attack with the Grim Lavamancer. Okay. They're down to 4 cards. Riftbolt suspended. And 2 Riftbolt suspended. Wow, okay. So, yeah, we play out the Finks. We have to spend a little bit of life in this, but that's the way it is. We gain a bit of life. So now the question is, if our opponent wants to spend their burn spells trying to get rid of the Finks, then I'm quite okay with that. But I think they're just gonna point them to the face. Yeah, that is what is happening. But now we're like in a position where we can start attacking with the Finks and just flickering it in and out. But I mean, they have 3 cards in hand, and it looks like that they are both non-land cards. So, okay, so let's attack with the Finks. So I think we want to path this Grim Lavamancer, actually. Is that correct? Do we want to do that? So the problem now is that if we flicker the Finks, maybe it's just correct to do this anyway. And if they wanna shoot it with the Grim Lavamancer, then that's fine. Well, they should shoot us. Okay. And bolt us. So I mean, if they have so we can pay. I think we need to kill that Grim Lavamancer now. So I think we want to get we're just gonna get rid of Ghost Quarter here. We're gonna find the plains. Then we're gonna kill that Grim Lavamancer. And we go back up to 5. They just pass here. They drew a land. It might be that they just have like 2 Lightning Helixes or like 2 Boros Charms or something like that, and they can't really, they don't have the white mana to play. That was a pretty good draw actually. So what we can do here is that we can attack. Okay, so we definitely go for, we definitely attack here. Okay, so attack. So they're down to 7. So what are our options here? I think what we do here is that we just flicker the Kitchen Finks again. We go back up to 7, and then they need to have I mean, I think that's what we have to do. It's not super ideal because I really wanted to get rid of one of their lands here, but so we flicker the Kitchen Finks. They Lightning Helix us. We go back up to 4. So now we just gotta hope that they have another Lightning Helix and not a Boros Charm. If they have a Boros Charm, we're just dead. Bedlam Reveler, okay. So they draw 3 cards, which probably means that we're dead. Unless they drew like 3 lands. They drew a Boros Charm. Okay. Fair game. Yeah, I mean, it is how it is, right? So I think I don't think the rally is actually going to do much for us. So I think we just want another company. And besides that, I think that the deck is fine. Okay, so we have a Temple Garden. We could potentially play turn 2 Arbiter plus a Ghost Quarter. So yeah, I think if we can go on like a mana denial strategy here. Sometimes that's just enough. It might be that they're playing a little bit more land if they're playing the Bedlam Reveler, but I'm not sure. So also like mulliganing too much. I don't know. It's oh, they're mulliganing hard here. Which this is going to be very good for our mana denial strategy, I think. So we just go Temple Garden, Noble Hierarch. And then we're going to pass. And then we can just kill. Is it Bloodstained Mire? Okay. What you got? Okay, Swift Spear. No blocks. Yeah, so we're still in the same plan here. We're just gonna try and make sure that they, hopefully they just can't play Magic. Sometimes this is just enough, you know. Oh, they got a stomping ground. I see. But anyway, cutting them off white is a pretty big deal. So they deal 5 to us here, which is okay. So what we really want here is another Ghost Quarter or something. We drew a Thicket. So Thicket is okay. The question is, do we want to just play the Pride Mage and then attack for 4? And then the next turn play Voice of Resurgence. The good thing about the Pride Mage is that if they play like an Eidolon, then we can kill it. And with 2 Exalted creatures in play, we actually have pretty fast clock here. So I think this is what we want to do. And then the next turn we can just play the Voice of Resurgence, and then we can just use it as a chump blocker, and then we have like another 4/4. So they drew a Scalding Tarn. No attacks. Okay, no attacks is good. Do we play this Plains or this Forest? So what do we want to do? We can attack for 4. I think we would rather attack with the Pride Mage than the Arbiter. Because if they like block and bolt us, so okay, let's just start by playing the Voice of Resurgence. Okay, and then we attack with the Pride Mage. Okay, and pass. So them not having access to white is a huge deal here. Stirring Wildwood. All right, they just scoop. Perfect. Okay, so we well, we got a little bit lucky there with game 1, and then with them mulling to 5 in game 3. But yeah, I mean, I honestly think that Burn is still just a very difficult matchup, even when you have 2 cards in main and 2 cards on the sideboard to battle against them. So maybe I should be dedicating more sideboard cards to fight Burn. And here we go again, another 1 forest hand, and yeah, this just happens sometimes. So this one we have a turn 1 Wildwood, which is not bad, but not the most ideal of hands. Let's keep the Vial on top, and then we can always just play the Vial on turn 2, which is not it's not super fast, but I mean it's something. It's definitely something. I'm drinking La Croix sparkling waters in true LSV/Gabby Spat style. The Magic the Gathering power couple. Shout out to them if they are ever gonna watch this video. Big fan. I don't think they will, but you never know. You never know. So what is up with our opponent here? Did they disconnect? Or they just have never seen a Wildwood before and they're reading it? Ursa's Tower. Okay, so Chromatic Sphere is definitely telling me that it's more of a traditional Tron build. And we have a lot of good cards against Tron. We just need to find them. But I'm happy to see a turn 1 Chromatic Sphere rather than a turn 1 Expedition map. So if they're going to go Asian Stirrings here, I'm surprised they played that power. Oh, they didn't. Okay. It's very difficult to beat natural Tron when they just have, if they just have like the nut. Forest. Okay. That might be a good sign. But our hand is very slow, so if they just go like Khan now, then we're in trouble. But if they have to play that forest out, then that's okay. Okay, they did. Expedition map. Crack the map. So now we need to find either our 1 Tectonic Edge or one of our 4 Ghost Quarters. And that's a Plains. That is definitely not one of them. So what can we do here? We can't do that much. We can just attack and then maybe just play like this Rallier. Then the next turn we can start like denying their mana a little bit with the Flicker Wisps, but it's not looking great because if they just go like Khan now or they go Ugin, then we're in a bit of trouble. What is up with these mixed Ursus lands? I mean, you gotta go old school Ursus, right? That's an Ugin. That's definitely a problem. It's gonna go -3 probably. So what can we do here? We can... I mean... Okay. So... Hierarch... I guess we can just activate the Wildwood, put him down to 1. Then in their turn they can give it +2 up to 3 and shoot us. However, we can then Flicker Wisp. I guess that's what we have to do. It's not amazing, but I mean, it's something, right? But the thing is, they have like 6 cards in hand. This is not ideal. So attack Ugin. And then I think in their draw step, we take out their tower. Well, it doesn't have to be in their draw step. It can just be in our end step, right? It can just be like now. Then we take out their tower. That should buy us some time. And then we can still, even if they kill the Flicker Wisp now with the Ugin, which they probably will, we can then still use the Wildwood to attack the Ugin and kill it. Yeah, and then we just have to hope that we can draw some of our... I mean, Tectonic Edge would be our best draw, or they just shoot us directly. Interesting. That's strange, right? I guess maybe they sort of like know that whatever happens, the Ugin is gonna die. Chromatic Star. Crack the Star. Sylvan Scrying. Okay. Another tower. 3 mana. Star. Okay, so the good thing about Relic of Progenitus. Okay, that doesn't do anything. I guess they're just trying to cycle through that deck as much as they can. Another Noble. That's definitely not what we want. The thing is, like, 3, 6, 10, 11. They can just play like an Ulamog, and then we're just dead. So what do? I guess we just have to like keep trying to deny them of mana, I guess. So we're gonna take the Ugin down. And then again in our end step, we just take out the power plant or the mine. And then hope that we draw something to help us. I mean, we're doing what we can here. So what can save us? So, oh, they have another mine. Okay, so we that's an Oblivion Stone, which is really bad. That means that they can, when they get the tower back, they can actually just activate it and destroy everything. If they see that play, then they might not see it. Oh, they see it. Yep. Okay, so this is like land destruction spell or bust here. Yeah, let's put a counter on this. I mean, I guess there's no reason for us not to. What is this? Why does this always pop up? I don't even use this this particular brand. It's really weird. What is this? 14. Is this like a huge? This is like a huge walking ballista. Yeah, I think we're just dead now. Can you fuck off? Okay, that's the Ghost Quarter. I guess that's step 1. Let's not do this in that draw phase. Let's just make sure that we take them off Tron at least. But we still have a big 6/6 we need to deal with. These are some pretty nice lands they're playing. I like those. I like them. Yeah, let's just concede this game because they just have a massive walking ballista. Okay, so we definitely want the excavator. We want all the stony silences. So we're gonna take all the vials out, and I think we want a selfless spirit to battle against Oblivion Stone. Do we want this fracturing gust? I don't think we need it, so we can take these out. Thalia's pretty strong still. Maybe take a Crusader out. Try like this. Seems pretty good. Okay, so we have mono Stony Silence. Yeah, let's just keep this. And we have Ghost Quarters for days as well, so a lot of ways to battle what our opponent is doing here. So they mold. Okay, so Wildwood. They go This is mine, expedition map, but we have the Stony Silence to battle it. So let's just play the Ghost Quarter, because then if we draw, or maybe it doesn't matter that much, but so they don't have access to green mana yet, so they can't go. Okay, that's a Thalia. Thalia is pretty good. So I think we want to play. We definitely want to play the Thalia so that and then we want to Ghost Quarter one of their lands. The question is, yeah, I like just going Thalia here. And then in that draw step, we Ghost Quarter. Which one? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. The power plant. Spatial contortion of the Thalia. So that's fine. Another sphere. Sphere is okay. That's a company. So I guess we just go. So there's no immediate danger here of trance. I think we just play. Do we play the Hierarch, I think, so that we can play the company next turn. It's really lagging right now. What is going on? What's going on here? Green. Okay, so opponent's turn. Because then hopefully we can find a Ramanap excavator with this collector company, and then that should just be game. So they find a scrying. What are they going to find? Probably just a Tron piece. Power plant. They play the power plant. They play a star. There's a witness. So what we could do here is that we could actually get the Ghost Quarter with the witness. So we can do two things here. We can either company, or we can. The thing is, if they have another Tron land in hand, then they can just play something massive, right? So we don't want that to happen. So I think we might just play the witness, and then next turn we can company. Yeah, I just want to play it safe here. And then in their draw step, we get rid of the power plant they just found. They'll get another forest, but I'm not too concerned about that. They got 3 mines now? Jesus. Ancient Stirrings. What do they find? I mean, the problem is, like, once they reach 6 lands, they can also just start playing the... They found an Oblivion Stone. Okay. Oblivion Stone is fine. There's another Hierarch. So we attack with the witness. Or maybe we should have played the company first. Yeah, we definitely should have. But yeah, we lost out on 1 damage here, but I think that's okay. That's a power plant. They pass. So that's another arbiter. So we can attack for 6 here. I think that's good. So do we play another arbiter out? Or do we play another Stony Silence? We can play another Noble. And then that draw step, we destroy the power plant. Okay, they're out of basics. They found the tower. Oh, whew. Okay. So we 2, 4, 6, 10. We can take them down to... Oh, we could have attacked for lethal. Ah, damn it. I forgot about the Hyrox. We could have activated this during Wildwood and attacked for lethal. Okay, so... in case they draw... Should play out his next Stony Silence, just in case that they... Oh man, we could have won. That's really annoying, but no matter. Worm Coil. That's fine, because we can just... that's not a big deal. So we attack with everything. They block one of them, and then we destroy it with the Kasadi Promage. And then that should be exactly lethal. Well, it should be -1. Yeah. Okay, so we managed to pull out the win anyway, which is despite our misplay here, but that's the way it is. Let me just check here. Okay, I just want to check the chat here. So, hey Josh, good to have you here. So let's see. So we have an Arbiter, we have a Path, we have a Ooze. Yeah, I like this hand. We also have a Ghost Quarter. So I currently don't have a setup where I can look at. I'm playing from my laptop, right? So I don't really actually have a setup where I can both play, where I can see the chat and also play. So, oh, they didn't have a follow-up. That's unfortunate. What happened? Got me. What do you mean? What did I get? Oh, no lands? Oh. Oh. Oh, our opponent accidentally F6'd. That's unfortunate. I've done that so many times, and it's the annoying thing is that I hate it when my opponent loses because they just make a mistake. And I mean, if it's a mistake because they didn't see a certain play, then that's different, right? But if it's like if it's a mistake because we're playing online, then that's unfortunate. And now we can just start destroying, you know, ripping to pieces their plan here. So play out the ooze to get the beats going. Oh, they have another power plant. Okay. So we just attack here. So what are they thinking? They might have a spatial. Game would have been way different though, because I have a Sylvan Scrying. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. It's a shame. I've done it so many times too. Yeah, it's annoying when that happens, but I mean, so I think we just play the Flicker Wisp here. Have planes up. I don't know what they can potentially play, but in this way we can path if they play something. Okay, so they 3 mana Oblivion Stone. Okay, so I mean, if they just have Tron now, another path, really? So the question is, what do we do with this collector company? Do we? I think we want to, in case that they actually have Tron and they go for the Oblivion Stone play, I think we want to keep it up at the end of our turn because we don't have anything with haste. So I think in this sense we still have lethal on the board, right? So they definitely need to act on this situation. So let's see if they can actually what they can do here. There's no reason to overextend. That's what I mean. So what is he paying? Ballista for 1. Okay. So he might just take out the Wisp. But it's also just a good blocker, right? So I think end of turn we just go for the company. Hopefully we don't whiff. So we got another Wisp and a Mirror Crusader. So any order, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that was unfortunate, but it happens. It happens to everyone. It's happened to me so many times. Let's see if Josh wrote anything else. Nah, people are just watching. Well, I'm happy people are watching, so at least the live stream is for something, right? But I need to get like another screen for my desk so I can actually look at the chat as well. Yeah, that's a good hand. We can go turn 1 Vial. We have good creatures. I'm happy about this hand. Copperline Gorge. This looks like it's Dredge, which is not great, but it is what it is. So let's play the Vial, pass the turn. They activate the Neonate. They have a Golgari Thug, so they're going to Dredge. Let's see if they hit something. Oh, they didn't Dredge? Interesting. So they get an Archimeeper. That's okay. I can deal with an Archimeeper. But they found another Golgari Thug, though. So that's one of the issues of the way that this deck is built right now, because we don't have any Blaze Splicers. So normally in game one against Dredge, your primary strategy for winning that game is just to get a lot of those golems out, so that you can actually, they don't have any good block, they don't have any good attacks. So that's like the number one way of trying to deal with. They're playing a Golgari Thug. That's a very interesting strategy. So here's an ooze. It might be a little bit too late, but if they have a slow start, we can definitely might pull this off. So the first thing we want to get rid of is that conflagrate, that's for sure. So they just attack for 2. Play another Golgari Thug. So this just, when it dies, put target creature card from your graveyard on top of your library. And they get a Bloodghast. So I think we just want to like get rid of their dredges here. So we just play the Scavenging Ooze. We get rid of Life from the Loam, and we get rid of Conflagrate, and then pass. So I mean, they still have some creatures here that they can attack with, but I mean, I'm not gonna block, so. They have a Conflagrate in hand. Cathartic Reunion. Okay. So they have another Conflagrate. They might just fire that off, right? They probably should. Yeah, they do. And they get another. They have 2 dredges. So what do we do now? Conflagrate, huh? It's such a busted card. It's a really stupid card, actually. Oh, yes. Oh my goodness. That is perfect. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Magic the Gathering gods. That was... Oh my god. We only played 2, and we got both of them. So they're gonna attack here. You really want to attack with a Bloodghast? Okay, I'll block the Bloodghast. I guess there's some merit of having the Bloodghast in the graveyard, but okay, so they have another Life from the Loam. And they get the Bloodghast back. Okay. So I think we just keep this Vial on 2. That's a Hierarch. Get rid of this Life from the Loam. I think we want to play this Hierarch actually, because we don't have that much mana. And they just have 3 cards, 3 lands in hand, right? So... Oh, we should have played the Thalia, I guess. Let's play the Thalia. Then we block. So I guess as long as they have a land, they'll just attack with a Bloodghast. I guess that's fine. They're playing a Prized Amalgam. Okay. I think we still keep this on. Do we? I think we just still keep it on 2. We drew a land, which is fine. So I think we want to play the Pride. Oh wait, no, we want to violate the Pride Mage. Then we attack with the Thalia. Or do we attack with the Scavenging Ooze? No, we attack with the Thalia. Okay. And then yep, I like this. There's no need to play too much here. Now if they attack with the Narcomeeper, we could just... So what's this? Stinkweed Imp. Okay. I don't think they saw that we have the Wildwood here. So let's block this. And then we can just eat it. Gain some life. Keep this on 2. Plains is fine. So think again. So what happens if we attack with the Scavenging Ooze? They can go block, 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 or they can just block. I think we want to path this Stinkweed Imp actually. Let's just path this. And then we can just swing with the Ooze, because it's massive. It's big 6/6. Okay. So what do you want to do? There's no blocks. So I think we just deal a little bit extra damage by eating the Neonate. They go to 4. And then we pass. Oh man, like settle. I just thought about this. Settle the Wreckage is gonna. It's a pretty big killer actually for against Dredge, huh? Think about it. Like they don't get any of the stuff back in the graveyard, so that's gonna be pretty menacing. So I would think we just play this Voice, and then Let's dial it up to 3 now. Because they only have... So what happens if I just activate an attack with everything? That doesn't actually do that much. So I think we just continue attacking with the Scavenging Ooze, I guess. Yeah, that's probably fine. And then we have the Flicker Wisp for lethal. Probably just blunt with a Neonate. Discard a card. What did they discard? They might have a Dredger here. Let's just eat this straight away. And pass. It's a pretty big deal winning game 1 against Dredge, because game 1 is the one that they have to win, right? Because then now we're going to bring in our sideboard stuff. So the game 1 is definitely the one that they just have to win. So I'm always quite happy taking game 1. Oh, I'm really excited to see how Settle the Wreckage will deal with Dredge, actually. It seems like it should be really good. So, Settle, definitely. Rest in peace, yes please. So, given that, I think we can take out the Witnesses and the Renegade Rallier. Mirror Crusader is great because it blocks the Price Amalgam. Flicker Wisps is fine. Voice of Resurgence is okay because it just makes a big creature. Path is good. Noble is good. We might just take a Thalia out just because now we have more non-creature spells. So do something like this. I think actually I want this Selfless Spirit as well. So I think we take out... Having just one Thalia seems okay. I mean, Gideon is also a nice way of battling. Yeah, let's just take all the Thalias out. All of a sudden, we just turned into more of like a mid-range deck. I mean, the companies get less and less good with. Maybe it's better to do this then. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do it like this. I mean, the companies get worse with, you know, when you take creatures out, right? So, yeah, this looks fine. The reason why I wanted the Selfless Spirit in is to protect against Conflagrate. Because I guess Dredge is not strong enough. They need to have they also need to have a board wipe, right? That makes sense. They choose to play first, and we just have 5 lands and 3 drops. Yeah, that's definitely not going to do it. We could hope to draw a land. Ugh, this is tricky. So what? Nah, it's too risky. Oh, that's a horrible hand. But we got a land. So now it's a good hand. Because we have the Scavenging Ooze. So that's a way of, at least some way of battling. Also, the Mirror Crusader is pretty good. The Pride Mage is not going to do much, but... That's good for us. So Canyon Slough, is that because they're playing live from the loam? So that's like a way for them to generate some value later on in the game. That seems really bad, but like it doesn't seem what you want to do with the deck. Like it seems like you just want to be as fast as possible, and Canyon Slough is not fast. So let's play the Scavenging Ooze. We have some way of combating what they're doing. Lightning Axe. Okay. So down to 3 cards. If they have another land, they can go Faithless Looting again. Cathartic Reunion. Okay. No dredges though, so that's good for us. There's a Wildwood. Maybe we just want to play this Mirren Crusader and just get the beats going. That's probably what we want to do, because they don't have anything going on right now. So then next turn we can play the Pride Mage and attack for 6. Seems pretty good. Okay, so they found another land so now they can flashback the Faithless Looting, but they don't have any dredges. So we do get a chance to... They found a Conflagrate. Oh, and there's the Rest in Peace. Perfect. So we just play the Rest in Peace. And we attack. And we pass. Okay, Abrupt Decay. Untap Stomping Ground. Play Cathartic Reunion, discarding the Prized Amalgam. Okie dokes. So we just... I think we just want to race at this point. They don't have a dredger in the graveyard, so that's good for us. So we attack for 6 here, and I mean we have lethal on the board, so they have to have a pretty good hand. If they get rid of 2, if they find 2 dredges here, they do, or 1. They found 1, so at least now they can try and dredge and try and get this Prized Amalgam into play. Found another dredger. They didn't find a way to put it into play though. So I think that's it. I think we got them. They can play all the Bloodghast they want because they can't block. So what can they have in hand? They can have another Lightning Axe. But we have 4 attackers here, so yeah, that's it. Okay, good. 3-0. That was a really weird game. I feel like our opponent definitely shouldn't have kept that hand. Yeah, that was pretty sick. The second Scavenging Ooze was one of the better top decks I've ever I've ever done. Um, but to answer your question, I think the dredge matchup is really good after sideboarding. So I think that, I mean, the thing about dredge is that they're actually really good at combat. Like, you can play a rest in peace and they can still win because they can play they play abrupt decays, they play sometimes they play like natural state. So they have a lot of ways to destroying your rest in peace. And I've definitely played some matches where I played, rest in peace, and I still lost. So you need to have a follow up with your rest in peace. That's for sure. So what does this do? I mean, yeah, this seems good, right? We have a turn one noble hierarch, and then if they can't, I mean, we do want to draw on another land, but this seems like a pretty good start. Against control, probably. So what do we want to do? I think we just want to play another hierarch and then play the arbiter rather than playing the mirror crusader, because the arbiter actually slows down what they want to do, because they play a bunch of fetch lands, right? So that's probably the right way. And we can attack for 4. And then we can give them the option of killing the arbiter. I mean, these paths are not going to do that much, but so 2 mana. What kind of counterspell can they actually play here? I don't think they have. They can't play Logic Knot, right? So that should be, yeah. I don't think they can counter this. But let's see. Oh, they just path it? Okay, sure. So these paths to Exiles in hand are not that exciting. Not gonna lie. So what do we want to draw? We want to draw Collected Company, I think. That's like the main thing we want to draw here. Then we're going to play Jace, Supreme Verdict. Great. I don't see any reason to play the Ghost Quarter. To Ghost Quarter anything. Sure. If they play like a Gideon Jura now, then we're just gonna scoop. Getting at the trials. It's not a lot better, I guess. That's a Coco though. So in this way they can have negate. Yeah, let's just do this main phase. It's better than using Cryptic. Mana Leak. Yeah, let's just move on. So I like Gideon. I like the Excavator. I might like these Sphinxes. Don't think the Relia is that good. I don't think the Pride Mages are that good. And I think we can cut a path. So play it something like this maybe. Seems pretty alright. Oh no, we need this. Cut another path. So, I mean, path are okay against like the Gideons and stuff, but I think 2 is fine. And we can always get them back with the Eternal Witnesses. I'm really annoyed that I don't have 2 similar Eternal Witnesses. I should definitely have that. And I kind of want the original ones as well. From Mirrodin or whatever. Dark Steel? Whichever set that was. Mono 3-drop into company. These are not the most exciting. So the witnesses don't do anything either. I think we have to maul. This is a little bit better, I think. Having the voice is pretty nice. I don't think we want another Ghost Quarter though. I don't know if they play Spell Snare. Do they play Spell Snare? I don't know. Might just go turn 1 Serum Visions. Nope. So they probably do have Spell Snare. What are they thinking here? So they can't, if they path it in my turn, then I get a token. They don't do that. Okay. Yeah, Voice of Resurgence is very good against blue-white. So what do they got? A Wall of Omens? Search for a Scanter. Okay. I'm okay with that. Because, I mean, we have so much... I mean, we have Ghost Quarters and stuff. We can always just kill the thing. And, yeah. I like playing the Selfless Spirit here, just to have some form of protection. I don't want to play the Excavator until we can actually... Let's see. They chose to pick... They chose to get the card. Okay. Vendilion click. They're going to click me? Or themselves? They're going to click me. During a main phase click. I guess they don't want to do it in my draw step because then I get a token, but that's interesting. I mean, yeah, that's pretty good. Good play, actually. So they took the Excavator. We drew another Horizon Canopy. Here's a Vial. I guess Vial is pretty good. Do we want to play a Voice Reserve? Do we want to attack with this? It's a little bit awkward. We could just flicker. Yeah, let's just flicker Wisp the Vendilion click, and then if they want to take out Aether Vial, then I'm pretty okay with that. I basically just want to try and pressure opponent as much as possible. And this is one way of doing it. We can even just play the Vial. Let's just play the Vial. Because if they see the vial, they're not gonna take it anyway. In this way, they don't know about our last card, so they might still be. They might no. They just they just click themselves. Makes a lot of sense. But now we get a bunch of draws with all the horizon canopies. I really like the new canopies. I really think they're very nice. The day is born within the branches, within its branches. I don't like these very much. I got these originally because they were just cheaper. For some reason, like the foil expeditions, but I don't like the the artwork very much. I think these are beautiful. The original ones are pretty cool as well. So there's a Wall of Omens. They didn't draw land. They're gonna path that. Sure. Let's just get a land out of our deck. Should we get a plains or forest? Plains. I mean, we're not in great shape here, but I guess it could be worse. So what do we want? Let's draw a card. That's perfect. That is absolutely beautiful. Okay, so we just play the Arbiter, and we get rid of one of the blue lands. In this way, they can't flip the search and then and then play Supreme Verdict. Oh, they. Oh, right. I see. I thought they had to put a. I thought they had to put a land into us, put something into their graveyard for it to flip. I didn't know that you could. Yeah, I didn't know it worked like that. So there's a path, which means that we can push through a little bit more damage, which we might just want to do. There's another Scavenging Ooze. Do we want to just path this? I guess so. And in this sense, they have to make a choice between searching or... Yeah, so they choose to go for the search for Scanter rather than... Is that a settle? So they go for a settle. Okay. We get a forest. And we're stuck. Now we have this token as well. They do have Cryptic Command mana though. So let's play this Ooze. End of turn here. Just eat that click to grow it. And then if they want to play Snapcaster Mage and then path it, that's fine. Because we have another Ooze in hand. So that works just fine. Yep. Oh, we don't have any, but we just shuffle. Do we still want to eat this click? I think we do. So we now... Great. So we play an Arbiter. We attack with the Elemental. And he chooses to... So they might have another Supreme Verdict here. But I feel like we just need to see if we can go for lethal here. Detention Sphere. Okay. Which one? The Scavenging Ooze. Okay, so let's get rid of the Snapcast. No, let's get rid of the Mana Leak. And the Snapcaster. And the Settle. Or the Snapcaster Mage. I think the Settle. I don't think they can. I don't think they have anything that can sort of like bring creatures back. And I think now we just want to put this up to 3. Thalia is a good draw. Oh, I should have played the Thalia before combat. Oh, another misplay. But it's okay. So Thalia is good because that makes it difficult for our opponent to play spells. They could just have Cryptic here, which would be annoying. They do not have Cryptic. Snapcaster Mage. Block the Arbiter, I guess. Oh yeah, block the Elemental, that makes sense. Otherwise they would be dead. Okay. That's it. Okay, cool. So game 2, I quite like... I don't know, maybe we want to cut one Crusader for Aurelia. Maybe it's better. I don't know. Just trying different things here, trying to figure out what sort of like... Okay, this is interesting, right? So only 1 land, but we have the Vial, and they mulliganed. Let's just go for it. Let's go for it. I mean, this is this we keep drawing like these one. We have 1 forest in our deck, right? And yeah, I don't know. At least now, if we draw another land, even if it's like a colorless land, we can still play the Scavenging Ooze, which I guess is good. Thalia. Okay, pass. This is really not ideal, but... Okay, so they let us untap and take up to 2 here, which is very interesting. Let's just play this Noble Hierarch. And then we play Arbiter. Did we get you? Gotcha. Oh, I see. So they had to do that. Yeah, that's fine though. I mean, we basically traded a Noble Hierarch for 2 cards, right? So that seems like a pretty big deal. That is not how that works. I'm sorry, mate. You have to click the Arbiter, and then you pay the 2 mana, and then you can activate your land. It's not an activated ability. It's not a additional cost. So yeah, that's unfortunate. So what do we play here? We can either play another Arbiter or we can play a Thalia, and I think we want to just play the Thalia. Because in this case, if they try and path our Arbiter, we actually get to land out of it. And if we play another Arbiter, we won't, right? Because then we still have to pay the tax for the other Arbiter. Okay, they have an island. I think we should just keep this, and we just keep this on 2 still. There's another Aether Vial. We can't cast it. But at least now we can start. Okay, they're just going to block the Arbiter. That's fine. That's okay. So they're down to 4 cards. Ghost Quarter. So I think now we play the Scavenging Ooze. Then we eat the Snapcaster Mage. Untap. Keep it on 2. Another Vial. Eat the Hierarch. And go attacking. Pass the turn. Detention Sphere. Which one? The Scavenging Ooze? The Thalia. Okay. I guess now we want to just play out the Arbiter. And then hope to draw a Ghost Quarter. There's an Eternal Witness. That's not the worst. Should we play? So now the question is, should we... So we attack for 4. So now the question is, should we just deal 5 here, or should we play another Vial? I think playing another Vial might be better. Or we could just eat their Logic Nut. I think just playing another Vial is better. And then end of our turn, we flicker in and take out their Hallowed Fountain. Just to make sure they can't Supreme Verdict. Serum Visions. Okay. So next turn we can actually attack for we have lethal. If they tap out, then we just have lethal. What do you want to do with it? Do you want to tapped or untapped? So we could either attack for lethal, or we could just attack with this. So, okay, so what I'm thinking is, so what we can do now is that we can actually flicker in and get rid of the Wall of Omens, and then we get to attack for 10 if we eat up the Arbiter with the Scavenging Ooze. However, If they have a Snapcaster Mage, that will lose the game. Probably. Because then they might just go Supreme Verdict. But then again, if they go Supreme Verdict, we can just vial in a creature like the Mirror Crusader, and then we can just attack. So I think if I had 3 mana and I could just play the Flicker Wisp, then I would do that. But since we can't do that, I think I would just much rather play it safe. And then in that way, we should still have lethal with the Flicker Wisp. Yeah, I think we'll just play it safe here. So he'll block there. Okay. That could just mean a Supreme Verdict, but another vial. Mana leak. Sure. That's fine. Yeah, I don't know if we should have just have gone for it, but so let's eat the Wall of Omens. Basically what I want to try and do here is just to... So let's just check the sideboard, because I think that Settle is double white, right? It is. So we can take out the... Yeah, I like that. Take out the Hallowed Fountain here. Then they don't have double white. They can't. So they Ghost Quarter it. We have to pay for the Arbiter. We got it. So they had the Settle in hand, most definitely. Yeah, I mean, so far so good, right? 4-0. It's pretty good. Blue-white is such an interesting matchup because it's a race in the sense that you try and make sure that they never get to 4 mana. Because when they get to 4 mana, that's when they can start Cryptic Commanding and they can start Supreme Verdict. So you basically just want to try and denial their mana as much as you can until they get to like 4 mana. Which is interesting. I really enjoy I quite enjoy the playing against blue-white. Blooming Marsh. That's fine. We have a bit of Aetherwild redundancy here, so they're probably just going to go for the Crusader. The Crusader is the one that's most difficult for them to deal with. So let's just play a Vial. So we don't know if it's Jund or if it's Absan or just straight up green-black, but it's probably Jund because, yeah, because they have Bloodbraid Elf now, right? So that... Tarmogoyf, sure. Here's a path, and I think that's probably what we want to play. Let's just play this Plains. And we probably just want to path this Tarmogoyf, actually. I don't know. We'll see. It might be that we just take 2 from it, and then we see what else they play. I don't mind taking 2 damage here to get a little bit more information out of it. Raging Ravine. Okay, so now we path. Because if they played like a Dark Confidant, we definitely wanted to kill that one first. Like the Dark Confidant is a much scarier card, I think. So we could, I think we just play out the other vial. And then we just, we have Ghost Quarter for the Raging Ravine. If that's what they want to try and do. No, it doesn't look like it. Bloodbraid. Sure. Another Goyf. That seems fair, right? They go attacking. Let's just block with the Pride Mage. Yeah, up to 3. Okay, so now we have some options here. We can go... we can kill the Raging Ravine with the Relia. We can also get back the Pride Mage. Or we can just Witness and get the Path. I guess we can do both, right? We can just go like... Actually, we might want to get the Mirror Crusader back with the Eternal Witness, actually. Okay, let's just do that. So kill the Raging Ravine. We can also try and just keep them off red completely with the Ghost Quarter. Which might be pretty good, actually. Might be better than... oh, they have a mountain? Okay. I wasn't sure they actually played a basic mountain in the deck, but... Sure. So now we can get back the Mirror Crusader. This is really annoying, but because now whatever we take with the Witness, they can take with the Inquisition. That's brutal. Well played. Opponent, well played. No. They're going to attack for 4. We just take 4. That's a Noble Hierarch. The problem is, though, that they... I mean, they're going to cast a Bloodbraid Elf, and they're just going to completely crush us now. So what can we do here? What's the best that we can do? We can draw a collected company, and then we can company into 2 Mirroring Crusaders. Yeah, we didn't get there. Okay, so what do we want? We want Gideons. We probably want the Sphinxes. I don't think we want the Sulfur Spirits. I don't think they play Damnation. And this just like being protection against something. I don't know. That doesn't seem very good. The Rallier is very medium. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Renegade Rallier, to be honest. Take the Pride Mages out. I don't think that they actually do anything. What else could we play? I mean, Rest in Peace is fine against, you know, against Tarmogoyf, but I don't know. It's not. It disrupts a lot of what we want to do as well. So I think in this particular case we don't want to. That's not really what our game plan is about. Okay, so this is good. We have a bit of redundancy in the sense that if they go like turn 1 Thoughtseize, it's going to be difficult for them to figure out exactly what card to take. So this is like a nice hand going into like a much longer game. Okay, so Leyline of the Void. If a card moves opponent's grave from anywhere, exile it. That's neat, I guess. I guess they saw the Witness and then they thought that that would be like a good idea. So let's just play the Arbiter. I don't really want to play the Thalia because then if they don't care about the Thalia, oh, they care a lot about this Arbiter though, that they actually want to kill it. And it's good that they use their bolt because I don't think that they play that many lightning bolts anymore. Which means that we can safely get this Mirror Crusader down. Dark Confidant, that's fine. I mean, it's not ideal. But here's a Mirror Crusader, and this is going to be difficult for them to deal with unless they have another bolt. They got a Raging Ravine. They get the Blood Crypt though. Okay, that's a very nice and clean clean answer to. And here's a land. Okay, so now the question is, what do we go for first? Do we go for the Gideon or do we go for the Collected Company? I think on this particular board state, since they don't actually have that much going on, I quite like playing the Gideon here. So now they're going to be less worried about what's in my hand and more worried about figuring out how to deal with this Gideon. I mean, Bloodbraid Elf is a nice way of generating enough value to. Oh, they found an Ancient Grudge? There's no targets for Ancient Grudge. Each player discards a card, so we discard the Thalia. The Ooze is still good to try and ensure that they don't, that their Tarmogoyfs don't get out of hand. So discard. They discard an Inquisition. Both on Gideon. So I think we just get rid of this Dark Confidant. So now we can kill Liliana. So what do we do now? We can either play collect the company now, or we can do it in response to the Bloodbraid Elf attacking Gideon. I don't see a reason to play it now. And this way it also just looks like we have Stirring Wildwood up, and we're just gonna block with the Stirring Wildwood. So Tarmogoyf. So they attack. We Coco. Don't whiff. Are you kidding? Wow. What a whiff. So now yeah, that's definitely gonna just cost us the game. Okay, Gideon's down. So, what's the better play here? The Scavenging Ooze or the Mirroring Crusader? I guess since playing the Mirroring Crusader, so what can our opponent draw? If they draw Liliana of the Veil, then it's better to have the Scavenging Ooze out. Because then at least we can shrink down the Tarmogoyf. Blackcleave Cliffs. They're just going to attack with the Raging Ravine. Yep. Okay, so they attack. So we can get rid of a creature, and we can get rid of Liliana. So then we take a lot of damage here. Down to 6. Ghost Quarter? Voice of Resurgence. Let's just play this Mirror Crusader. Pass the turn. Another black cleave cliffs. I mean, we're not in a great shape here, but we're not in a terrible shape either. Unless they have something good. So we're just going to activate the Raging Ravine again. Yep. And then they're going to attack with everything again. So I think now we just have to do like this, and then hope they don't have a bolt or anything. So now at least we have a blocker for the Raging Ravine, but if they have like a lightning bolt or something, we're just pretty dead. So we can try and crack the Horizon Canopy as well. The thing is, they have quite a lot of like direct damage stuff. I mean, they might as well. I mean, even if I have the Mirror Crusader out, there's no particular reason for why I guess they shouldn't. I mean, I'm going to double block, right? But Liliana of the Veil. Okay. Sacrifice a creature. I'm going to sacrifice the voice, because otherwise I'm just dead. Okay, so let's draw a card. Yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. So I guess I don't care too much about attacking Liliana right now, but we definitely have to try and attack her next turn. But next turn we can attack with both the Wildwood and the Thalia. But we're just desperately trying to dodge a that's a Sphinx. Okay, so we have to attack the Liliana with the Mirror and Crusader, and then we have two creatures to... Okay, so let's kill the Liliana. Sure. You can't block it because it says pro green and your land is green. So that doesn't work. So let's play this Sphinx, gain some life, which puts us out of Kolaghan's command range, which is really important. And I guess now we have two blockers, regardless of whether they draw another Raging Ravine. That's disgusting. So they decide not to attack. Why is that? We're sort of like forced to chump here, you know? So let's crack a canopy. There's a Ghost Quarter. Okay, so that's sort of like step one. So I don't feel like attacking. We can attack with the Thalia. Let's attack with the Sphinx, because if the Sphinx dies, then we... Oh no. Oh, that was actually a mistake on my part, but luckily they didn't activate the Raging Ravine. They might have... That was a mistake on my part, but they might have seen it as a Ooh, that's a big goif. That's a very big goif. So that's a Flicker Wisp. Ghost Quarter. Flicker Wisp. So now we get out of bolt range. Which seems like pretty important. Another Raging Ravine. That's intense. That's an Arbiter. Okay, so what if we attack with everything? So they have 1, 2, 3, 4. Activate. 1, 2, 3. They can activate the other one. So I guess we just attack with the Wisp here. And then next turn, if they don't have another creature, then that should be lethal. I think. Oh, damn. They actually got the lightning bolt, huh? Brutal. Really brutal. They activate the Raging Ravine. They swing. I think we just chump here with an Arbiter. And then we should have lethal here. Right, so we just activate this. And no matter how they block here, we have lethal, right? Is there something I'm missing? I don't think so, no. Whew, okay, so Leyline is sort of like messing up the whole plan here, which means that we might as well take in our own rest in pieces and then take out the witnesses. Is that good? Maybe just like one rest in peace and then like keep one witness. Let's try this. I don't know how many ley lines they actually play, but I don't know if it's worth for them to try and mulligan into them as well. Yeah, I'll keep this. Okay, no ley line. Let's get a vial. No vial. So we play a temple. Another Raging Ravine, which is good for us. That means that our Thalia here comes in without being bolted. There's a Cliffs. So if they go for like an Inquisition here, then they go for the Fatal Push. Okay. So I guess now I would rather play. So that probably means they have a bolt up. So we could play the Voice of Resurgence. Or we could play the Scavenging Ooze. I like playing just the Voice of Resurgence here. And then play the Horizon Canopy. And then at least we can path something at the end of turn. And if we can like draw a lightning bolt out of our opponent, that would be a pretty big game as well. So now they have Liliana mana, which might be what we see here, or maybe they just cast a Bloodbraid Elf. Looks like it's just... So they got an Abrupt Decay. Sure. So we get a token. Bloodbraid Elf. I don't want to path this Bloodbraid Elf. I don't care too much about it, to be honest. I kind of just want to throw out this Coco here. Okay, so we get a Crusader and a Kitchen Finks. That seems pretty good. And then we can attack for 3. Yeah, Collector Company is exactly what... I feel like it's such a good way of battling the extreme amount of value that cards like Bloodbraid Elf and stuff generate. And it just allows us to have a little bit of a toolbox deck where we can play, you know, we can play 2-ofs, we can play 1-ofs. It's a very, very strong card. That's a Dark Confidant. Not too worried about that. That's a Bolt. Okay, that's fine. Another Goyf. See, this is why I wanted to keep the path, because the path is just so important against the Tarmogoyf. But now, since we have both, you know, we have Scavenging Ooze, I could see just not even playing the, actually pathing the Dark Confidant. And then just shrink this. Well, now we drew a Vial, so we definitely want to path the Dark Confidant, that's for sure. We might just go... I kind of want this Noble Hierarch out as well. Let's play the Noble, let's play a Vial. And then we path this. And then we pass. And then next turn, we can start shrinking our opponent's graveyard with the Scavenging Ooze. So they fire up the Raging Ravine. They just go full on attack here. They Bloodstainmire. I wonder why they did that. The question is, do we want to chump block? Do we want to block this Raging Ravine now? What do we want to do? Because if they have a Bolt in hand, I think we just take this. Let's just play this. I guess we should have played it before. But now our opponent is a little bit of a pickle here because they drew another catacomb. So I think we just eat the Bloodbraid Elf. There's another Scavenging Ooze. So what do we do here? If we attack with the Mirror Crusader, they go down to 4. We have loads of things we can chump block with. We can even try and crack one of these and see if we draw a creature. Draw Thalia. Okay, so let's just attack with the Crusader. They go to 4. And then we just pass. There we go. 5-0. Not bad. So, yeah, I think the deck is incredible. I think it's really, really strong. I think Collected Company is definitely the right direction. So let's just have a look at the deck real quick again. So I'm not super convinced about the Rallier. It might be better just to have maybe like another Voice Resurgence or like maybe another Scavenging Ooze. Honestly, I feel like Scavenging Ooze is one of the most impressive cards in the deck. So it could be that we should just have another Scavenging Ooze in here. Regarding the sideboard, I think it's very, very good sideboard. We didn't really get to see Settle the Wreckers in action, but given that Humans is one of the most played decks right now, I think that this is just going to be like a complete blowout that they can't really deal with. Yeah, I'm very happy with the deck. I'm probably going to play this a bunch because it's really fun. You can do a lot of really cool, tricky things. And I think it's really well positioned. I think it's there's a lot of value in the deck that you can combat, the attrition decks really well. So yeah, let me know if you guys want to see me play this deck again. Let me know if you guys have any sort of like things you didn't like about the deck, or also please point out if besides the obvious mistakes that I also point out myself. Let me know if you saw anything that I could have done better. Also regarding mulligans and stuff. And yeah, please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys soon.